What is going on, All Mafia guys? How is everybody doing? I hope the people are doing okay. And in today's video, UFC 297 will be taking place this weekend, guys. And we do have a bit of a mid-tier card. Let's just say that it's not the best card of all time, but there should be some great fights on this card. I am looking forward to this card in general, guys. So you guys know who I am. I will be giving out my full card predictions. We're going to quickly skim through the prelims because the prelims are pretty mid-tier, let's be real. But I thought, this might be a new thing that I will do for every prediction video I make. I will have a face cam maybe on like the corner of the video, wherever you see my face. I want to be able to engage with you guys while I give out my goated predictions. So let's get straight into it, guys. We're just going to jump straight into the prelims. There's nothing else to do. Make sure you like, subscribe. We're 4 fucking subs away from 500, so let's get it. But let's get on to the prelims, eh? Alright, guys, we're just going to get straight into it as always, starting from the bottom to the top. Starting with Malcolm Gordon versus Jimmy Flick. I like Malcolm Gordon by decision here. Jasmine Judavicius versus Priscilla Cachoeira. I'll go with Jasmine Judavicius by decision. Johan Lainesse versus Sam Patterson. I will go with Johan Lainesse by a first-round knockout. Julian Robertson versus Poliana Viana should be very intriguing for, us MMA fans, if you know what I mean. But I do believe that Julian Robertson will be able to get a late-round submission. She has the most submissions in women's MMA history, so I do think she's going to get a finish for the Canadian fans. Next up is Sahi Sidi versus Ramon Tavares. These guys already fought once, but apparently it was a bit of an early stoppage, so I will go with Sahi Sidi to avenge the first fight and, show everybody that it was not a fluke. I'm going to trust him to get a second-round knockout here. Charles Jourdain versus Sean Woodson is a fight that I'm very, very intrigued to watch. This is actually a really good fight on the prelims. My prediction for this fight, guys... Oh, my camera just fucking... Give me Charles Jourdain by second-round submission. I think he's going to go in there. Sean Woodson will have his moments where he's piecing up Charles Jourdain with the jab, looking good with his reach advantage, but I do believe at some point Charles Jourdain will be able to close the distance, be able to grapple with Sean Woodson. I don't really know how good Sean Woodson's grappling is. He got submitted by Julian Erosa, which is not a bad thing, but, it probably means that your grappling is not all there either. I think Charles Jourdain's the more well-rounded fighter. I'm very excited for this fight, guys, and I think Charles Jourdain's going to beat the shit out of him. So give me Charles Jourdain by a second-round submission. And the last fight on the prelims, guys, we have Brad Katona versus Garrett Armfield. I think Armfield is a great fighter. He's no slouch. But I do believe that Brad Katona will be too much for him here. I think he's a more well-rounded fighter. He was the Brave FC champion. Brave is a great promotion. Give me Brad Katona by unanimous decision. We're going to get straight into the main card, guys, for UFC 297. The first fight being in the featherweight division. Movsar Evloev will be taking on Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen, last time I checked, he was like a plus 255 underdog, so he will be coming in as a moderate underdog. But I do believe that he's going to get the job done. My prediction here will be Arnold Allen by decision. I honestly think that Movsar Evloev is a great fighter. He's undefeated for a reason, coming off a win against Diego Lopez, who has shown to be a great fighter. I think that Movsar Evloev, he keeps a good pace, but I think Arnold Allen, keeps an even higher pace. I think Arnold Allen is the better striker than Movsar Evloev. I might be overlooking Movsar Evloev here, but I really do like Arnold Allen in this matchup. I believe that if he gets taken down, he will be able to get back up to his feet. I'm willing to take the risk here. I like Arnold Allen with the pace and the pressure he brings. I do believe that Evloev is a top 5 featherweight, but Arnold Allen is a solid top 3 featherweight. So give me Arnold Allen by decision here, guys. We're going to go with it. The next fight on the main card, guys, Chris Curtis will be taking on Marc-Andre Barriault in the middleweight division. I'm really excited for this fight. I think this will be a slugfest. I think this will be a war. Both guys just trading in the pocket, giving everything they have. And I'm expecting Chris Curtis to win this fight by a second round, third round TKO. I think Marc-Andre Barriault is a decent fighter, but I do believe that between both these dudes, I think Chris Curtis has the better boxing, the better stand-up in general, and I do think that he will be able to just pick at Marc-Andre Barriault's body, kind of just wear him down with a bunch of body shots, and eventually maybe get a second or a third round TKO, after an absolute war. So give me Chris Curtis TKOing Marc-Andre Barriault maybe in the second or the third round. We move on into the welterweight division, guys. Mike Malott, Canada's own, will be taking on Neil Magny. My prediction for this fight, guys, I'm going to go with Mike Malott by decision. I do believe that Neil Magny is definitely past his best days. He will forever be the gatekeeper of the UFC welterweight division, but with that being said, I'm going to trust in Mike Malott to get the job done by a 29-28 decision win. I think he might be the better grappler, to be honest, when it comes to, fighting Neil Magny. Probably the better stand-up too. Neil Magny, he only really loses to the best of the best at welterweight, but I do believe part of me that Mike Malott is a great fighter, a great prospect in the division. He should be able to make his way into the rankings. I'm a little bit skeptical in this pick, but I am confident at the end of the day that Mike Malott can get the job done by either a submission or a decision win and really make a name for himself for Canada. So give me Mike Malott by decision. We move on to the co-main event that nobody absolutely cares about whatsoever. Mayra Bueno Silva will be taking on Raquel Pennington for the UFC vacant bantamweight women's title. And I'm just gonna go with Raquel Pennington. Look, like, I picked Mayra Bueno Silva to beat Holly Holm by submission. You know, I felt like a genius with that pick, picking her by submission there. But regardless, I think Raquel Pennington will be able to survive the early onslaught of the submission attacks from Mayra Bueno Silva. And I think she's just gonna be able to have a boring decision win where she just kind of outstrikes Mayra Bueno Silva and just kind of keeps her up against the cage without getting submitted. Fuck it, bro. I'm gonna go with Raquel Pennington. I'm gonna be different. She might just get the job done. You know, this is a card that we're going to lose some picks, but we might as well pick an underdog and Raquel Pennington by decision. Listen, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, dude. We're just going to go straight to the main event. Guys, we have finally made it to the main event of UFC 297. If you've made it this far in the video, don't forget to go ahead and smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. I do appreciate... I can't even fucking speak. I do appreciate anyone that does support my content as always. But we're going to get straight into it, alright? Dricus du Plessis versus Sean Strickland. My pick for the whole time leading up until this fight, I had Sean Strickland by decision. And I think that might be the most likely outcome in this fight. I do believe Sean Strickland will be able to survive the first 2-3 rounds against Dricus du Plessis. And then he will be able to, just kind of coast the 4th and 5th knowing he's up ahead on the scorecards. If Sean doesn't survive the first 2-3 rounds, I do think Dricus du Plessis will probably knock him out. I have a bad feeling, man. Sean Strickland is known as one of the guys, or, in the UFC who has the best boxing defense, the best, just striking defense in UFC history. This guy doesn't get hit too much, but that doesn't mean that he can't get chinned by Dricus du Plessis. I honestly think that this is going to be a really tough fight for Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland kind of lets the first round just he coasts. He doesn't, put too much effort into the first round. He's kind of a slow starter, whereas Dricus du Plessis, I can't even say his name. This guy comes out of the breaks, from the very first round, tries to knock your head off. He's throwing crazy shit, always pushing forward, never moving backwards. And I think that's a bad matchup for Sean Strickland, someone who likes to fight on the back foot. I can see him being defensively really responsible, blocking most of Dricus' shots, and then I can just see Dricus just charging forward and catching him with one big shot. If you ask me who the better fighter is here, I'll say Sean Strickland without a doubt. But I think Dricus du Plessis is going to have his lucky moment. I think he will bring the whole country of South Africa behind him. And I think he's going to finish Sean Strickland at UFC 297, guys. So those are my picks for UFC 297, guys. As always, let me know down in the comments below who you will be picking. And until next time, my brothers, take care. Wuss!